Imagine this, you fall asleep tonight, your body locks up, and you can't move. There's a loud buzzing in your skull. I'm talking super loud, unexplainable noise in your head. And then you lift out of your body, you look down and see yourself lying on the bed. And then when you turn around in your astral form, you see that floating in the room with you are shapes, some bright, some dark, some neutral, some are moving like smoke. And then you realize something terrifying. Those shapes floating around somehow feel familiar because they are yours. What if the entities in the astral plane that people talk about are just really thought forms? And what if you can see individual thought forms, whether they're your own or someone else's, float around physically in the astral plane? Because you're outside of your physical layer. What if time isn't linear there? And what if you could access universal information that you can tap into? And what if you could see future probabilities or time events manifest into floating shapes in the astral plane? And as crazy as all of that sounds, what if nothing there in the astral plane can harm you unless you believe it can? Welcome to Beyond the Ceiling. This is episode 6. Today, we're gonna break this down step by step so anyone can understand what's actually going on in the astral plane. No mystical language, no spiritual fluff, just clear explanation. Let's start at the beginning. How does someone even leave their body to begin with? First, the body has to fall asleep, almost die in a sense if we get technical, because you lower your electromagnetic field and you lower your heart rate so low where yes, you're asleep, but you're near death. So it's not really your mind that goes to sleep, it's your physical body. Your muscles shut down, your nervous system quiets, your heart rate slows way low, your brain moves into slower wave patterns. Most people hit this stage normally every night when you sleep regularly, but they lose awareness. But if you stay conscious while your body falls asleep, something very specific happens. You enter what people call sleep paralysis, or the initiation stage, or the vibrational state. It's all really the same thing. It's the pre-exit process right before demanding separation. Your body won't move, you feel buzzing all over your body, you feel pressure of some kind, and you definitely will hear loud noises that won't even make sense because you know the room is quiet, but there's loud noises in your head. This is what really freaked me out when it was happening spontaneously to me from ages 6 to 24. That's why I would shoot out of bed and sprint around as if I had like paranoid schizophrenia, but really it was just I was having an OBE, didn't know. You can also feel like electricity running through you as well. That buzzing stage is not danger, it is transition. Your body is asleep, but your awareness is online. Now, here's a part that nobody ever explains clearly, which drives me crazy. So let me explain it for you. Your physical body has an electromagnetic field, basically. It's studied in science. Think of it like, I don't know, glue or some mechanism that's containing your soul so you don't just pop out and have OBEs randomly while you're, during the day. So that glue or the electromagnetic frequency kind of like keeps your awareness locked into the physical senses. But when you relax deeply enough, that glue kind of loosens, or your electromagnetic field around you as a living, breathing human lessens. And that's where your awareness can actually separate. And it's not because you're dying, it's because you're detaching. And when the detachment starts actually happening, you might feel like you're floating up, you might feel like you're rolling out. A lot of OBE explorers roll out of their bed and stumble, and then they get up as if you're awake, but then they can see themselves sleeping. It's amazing stuff. And that's the first shock. When you roll out, you feel like you literally fell from your bed and you get up. It's as if you're awake. It's not a dream, but then you see yourself and you're like, whoa, and then you're sleeping still. If you panic right there, when you see yourself sleeping, which most people do, you snap back because of the silver cord that's tethered from your astral body to your physical body. I have a YouTube video that covers the phenomena on what the silver cord is and why every time you freak out or get scared, you snap back into your body. So go watch that YouTube video on our channel if you need more information on like what tethers you from the soul to the body. It's called the silver cord, basically. And the reason you snap back is because fear sort of like tightens the glue again. Your electromagnetic pulses go back up physically, the silver cord initiates, and boom, no more out-of-body experience. But calm keeps you out and continuing to explore. Now let's talk about what happens next. When you're outside the body, your senses aren't limited by your eyes and ears physically. You're not seeing through like human eyeballs anymore. You're perceiving and seeing things through awareness. So you don't need glasses. Like I don't need these when I astral project. It's just my human body that's flawed. But here's the crazy part. When you astral project, your senses and the vision, it's more clear than when you're a human, or in your physical body, I should say. More solid, more vivid. And this is true because you're not limited to the tiny percentage of light and sound that's even available for your physical body to sense on Earth. Like there's a color spectrum and noise spectrum that there's like 98% more sounds and colors in the astral plane. We're actually really limited here. So all the colors and flashes of light that you think that you know, it's a fraction of what is truly available in the astral plane. That's why a lot of explorers are like, I've seen colors that I never even knew existed. It's because it's more vivid in the astral plane. You tap into like the full color light spectrum, not just 1 or 2% here on Earth. So in that state, once you're in the OBE, what thousands of people across different countries, different cultures, and different languages report as a pattern is that physical touch feels more real when you're in the astral. You can also experience space like without gravity, so you can fly and float. You can also teleport because time is not a thing. So if you think of something, you can just instantly be there. It doesn't take seconds or minutes or time for anything to manifest. That's how you can move instantly by intention. So you don't really walk there, you just focus and you're there. Now here's where it gets intense. You may see beings or entities. You may see floating shapes and lights, and you may see figures. Some of them look like light forms as well. Some are darker, some are outlines, some are just glowing spheres. This is where people freak out when they see the entities in the astral plane. And the reason is because they assume, I'm gonna get attacked. But let's slow that down. When you're outside the body in the astral plane, your thoughts are not just private mental whispers. Thoughts have structure. Thoughts are energy. And when you're in the astral plane, you can even sometimes perceive those structures of somebody else's thoughts or your own thoughts. Like imagine every strong fear that you've ever had. Here's an example. A lot of people have snake phobias. If you're afraid of snakes, you're holding a snake, a cobra. Imagine how that would feel like, how freaked out you would be. Imagine that feeling being manifested physically and floating around in the astral plane because it's a thought-based, dimension. Now imagine that fear leaving a faint imprint in your energetic field. You can see that imprint. That's what a thought form is in the astral. It's not necessarily an independent demon just because it's a negative thought. It's just energy that's been shaped by your belief, someone's belief in their emotion. Now, here's the key on how it all works, these thought forms. Belief feeds it. If you see a shadow or something and you think, that can hurt me, your nervous system will react. Your energy contracts and the experience intensifies. But if someone else like me sees that same shadow and thinks, well, that can't harm me. I come from the same thing that God is, right? I'm like a fragment of God. Therefore, I am source and I have authority. So whatever that is can't harm me. If that's really your belief, it can't hurt you. And then that thing weakens and dissolves, and you can actually send it away back from where it came from, another person or entity. And it just dissolves in the astral. And this happens because your belief is your authority. This is so critical because this is why two people like you and I can have completely different astral experiences when we really separate. You might see terror, I might see neutrality. It's just neutral. and someone else might see it and see beauty. It's the same plane. We're all in the same place. It's just that we might all have different belief systems, and that's the key. Now let's talk about time. In the physical world, like where I am now, I'm sitting in my room, right? Time is like a straight linear line. You got past, you got present, you got future, right? Like if you make it to the end of this YouTube video, which hopefully you do. In the astral plane though, when you separate and have an out-of-body experience, time kind of feels like a web. Like moments aren't really like stacked like this, like linear. Like you got to experience this minute to get to this minute, to get to this minute, to get to this minute. It's not like that in the astral plane. The time isn't linear. Moments, right? Like, I don't know, this is my example, like linear time, right? You can access all of them, different points in time whenever you want. It's kind of like fast forwarding this YouTube video, right? You got like minute 5, minute 10, minute 15, whatever. In the astral plane, you don't have to sit and watch the whole YouTube video. You can just fast forward to minute 10 and live and experience that. We're in physical reality here. It's not like I can hit fast forward on my life because time is linear on Earth. But you can do that in the astral plane, like watching this YouTube video. You can hit fast forward, 2x speed, just jump to minute 10. That's how it works in the astral, just by thinking about it. It's insane, but true. And some explorers report seeing like future probabilities. That's getting really deep into it. And these aren't like fixed destinies or anything like that. They're just probabilities on what could happen. You can see probabilities of time events in the astral plane. Like you can look at like possible roads ahead and where they lead, because time isn't linear. And that's why like deja vu happens. If you ever wonder like, what the heck is deja vu? You know, you go somewhere and you're like, this feels familiar. It's because you step into a moment and you feel like you've seen it before. It doesn't mean you're trapped in fate, right? It means awareness is not locked to one timeline. Now let's address the big fear. Positive and negative entities. I get this question so much from you guys because you guys know there's entities and figures in the astral, and you know it's natural for us to be curious about whether we should be scared of them or not. Like, are they going to corrupt our soul, right? And so let's talk about that. Here's a deeper truth about it all. Nothing in the astral has authority over a soul. And you are a soul. When you're in the astral, you're not like a small creature wandering into unknown someone else's territory. You are literally made out of a fragment of source or God. A lot of you will understand the term God more, right? Whatever you think, doesn't matter your belief or your religion or whatever you think God is, you are built from that. You're a fragment of that. You're part of the same fundamental consciousness that everything arises from anyways. That means when you enter the astral, you're not entering as a prey. You enter as like awareness. And here's the thing though, because you're made out of the same thing that God is, God or source is made up of the ultimate highest frequency, which is love. And so you are unconditionally loved by God or source, no matter what. And the thing is, source or God loves you so much that not only do you have power and authority, but it also loves you so much unconditionally that it will let you create your own beliefs. If you choose to believe that something is stronger than you, God loves you so much, it's going to allow that to happen for you. That will be your experience. That's how unconditional love works. It doesn't matter the choices you make, good or bad, doesn't matter. You, as long as you're alive, you have a soul, you are instantly worth it. You are instantly have value. You are unconditionally loved by God or source because you are God or source since you're a fragment of it. And it loves you so much that it will let you believe whatever you want to believe, even if your beliefs are stupid. And so if you go into the astral and you're like, oh, this thing that's floating is going to hurt me, you're loved so much that that will be your experience. That's how much it loves you. It doesn't matter how insane your belief systems are. If it's your belief, it will be your reality because that's how much you're unconditionally loved. I hope that makes sense. It took me a while to figure that out because for the longest time growing up, I got really caught up on that one. I'm like, if God or source loves me, Why does it let me feel fear? Why does it let me have these beliefs that are not good beliefs? It's because you're free. It loves you so much that you're free to do whatever you want, right? Whether you do bad things in life or good things in life, you're always unconditionally loved because you come from the highest frequency that creates everything anyways, which is love, is the frequency. And so that's how unconditional love works, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to say, I tried to love something, because trying is effort. Right? Love is always a state of constant. You don't need to try to love anything. It's just a constant state, and it's always unconditional. That's why your belief systems are really, it's important for you to really get in a good place with your belief systems, because you are so powerful as a soul that whatever you choose to believe will be your experience. Because God or Source loves you so much, it won't take that away from you if you choose it to be your belief. And if you don't enjoy or you don't prefer a certain belief that you have, all you gotta do is just change your mind and it goes away in 1 second. That's how it works. You can even dissolve a projection or thought pattern or an entity that's negative. You can feel it in the astral. You can dissolve it by just sending love to it. If you maintain a calm, stable presence, there's no belief that you're afraid because you know that you come from the ultimate thing, then you can literally just dissolve it. They just go away once they know that you're vibing at such a high level. You just can't be afraid and freak yourself out, because then that's how everything, it falls apart and you snap back into your body. So that's the solution. You're out in the astral plane, you see a dark figure, you feel some negative vibes, just reach out to help it. Just, what's up? What's up? How are you? Let me help you. What's going on today? And then they just go away. They fade away because they can't even vibe at your positive energy, and it fades away. They literally fade off. And that's because love is the highest stable frequency, and unstable forms or negative thought forms, they just cannot even hold their own shape when you're at that frequency. So they dissolve, they just float away. Fear shows up because the ego thinks it's dying. And in a way, it actually is. The ego actually is dying. When you detach from the body, the identity that says, I am this body, loosens. And when that happens, it feels like loss, right? Like you're losing your body's dying or something. And that's the thing, fear is always rooted in loss. The key word is loss. That's what gives birth to fear, right? Loss of control, loss of identity, loss of existence itself. But here's the thing, if you know fundamentally in your heart that the soul does not die and cannot die because it comes from God, if you really believe that, then fear has no root. That's how you get rid of fear, people. You have to understand that, just because your physical body you can harm it and it dies, you are not just your physical body, you're actually your soul, and the soul can never die. And so when you know that, what form are you in when you astral project and you step out of body? You're not in your physical body, you can see it laying in bed. So you take on the shape of your soul, you are your soul. And so understanding the foundation that your soul can't die, it can't. No matter what you do, you're already worthy. That's another thing people trip out about. I'm not worthy, I made mistakes. It doesn't matter. If you're a soul, if you're alive, you're already worthy. And when you're your soul in the astral plane, you can't die. So this whole belief that, this thing is gonna attack me doesn't even make sense, because you can't die if you're a soul. Only your body can die and you're detached from it. So once you realize that fear is just born by loss, but then you realize, wait a second, I can never lose my soul. I'm God, right? Or I come from the fragment of Source. When you realize that you can't lose your soul, no matter what you see in the astral, then there is no fear. There's no worry that you're going to lose anything or lose your soul or just, become deleted. Therefore, fear will never present itself. When this happens, and when fear, you give it no root, the astral state becomes exploration for you instead of just a threat all the time. And then you can finally break past just floating around your room and go beyond the ceiling and then really start exploring. Now here's the truth though, watching a video is one thing, but practicing safely and consciously is a completely different thing. If you want to go deeper into this, and if you want to actually understand your own experiences when you have out-of-body experiences, instead of just being scared all the time and snapping back into your body, when you finally defeat the initiation stage and the loud roaring and the buzzing, if you want to actually progress with this, then join our Beyond the Ceiling school group. We talk about the initiation stage, that vibrational state, exiting. That's the hardest part, really. If you can overcome the initiation stage, which was really hard for me, if you can just get over the loud noise and the buzzing and really separate, then all of this becomes really fun and amazing. And then understanding, who you really are, what you really come from, which is source, which is love, right? And then when you can really understand that, you can have out-of-body experiences, tap into information. We'll get into the information tapping in a different video, so subscribe so you don't miss that. That's when it really becomes fun. You can learn things in the astral that you'll never learn on earth, come back into your body and become a better person, and then spread the word, right? So this has nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with an organized belief system. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what's a sin, what's not a sin. It's just let me help you pop out of your body, go explore, live your own life, learn your own lessons, come back into your body and become a better person. That's my angle with this. There's no agenda for anything. So join our school group. I'd love to meet you. The link is somewhere, and I'll host live streams in that group as well, so I can actually meet you guys live and have a conversation. I want us to help each other build context. Because this journey that we're all going through, exploring the astral and becoming better versions of ourselves and learning more about God or source or love, it was never designed for us to go solo. I don't want to walk this journey alone, and I need to meet you. Whoever's watching this video, I need to meet you so we can go through this together. And lastly, I want you to remember something really, really simple. You were never the victim in the astral plane. You were the observer. You were the creator. You were the ultimate authority, and love is the ultimate frequency that everything is made up of anyways.